I'm sure many of you who are learning 3D and animation have stories to tell, whether it's through animation, illustration, graphic novels, music videos, experimental films, or even YouTube videos. There are various mediums to express your thoughts. Every one of us stepping into the world of 3D is curious about one thing right after getting introduced to these fancy softwares. How do you make animated characters? And that's what this series is all about. We are going to create a character in 3D, and not just a 3D model, but an animated character model, which you can use to bring your stories to life, just like what you must have seen on cartoon shows. By the end of the series, you'll have animated the character, covering everything from modeling, UV mapping, texturing, shading, armature rigging, and all the way to animation, simulation, and final rendering. Most importantly, we will be doing this in a way that is beginner friendly. You don't need to have knowledge of sculpting or great understanding of human anatomy to begin with character modeling, because all of those things take time and are for specialization. But to tell a good story, your character doesn't always have to be hyper-realistic or muscular. Don't forget this vast world of animation where you have Hulk, Thor, dinosaurs on one side. There's another side as well, where our most memorable SpongeBob, Bob the Builder, Minions, and Mario exist. Animation is a huge field, and time is significant investment, especially at the start of your career, when you will be exploring hundreds of things in the animation field. And during that time, you'll discover what you are most passionate about. Maybe you'll become a character artist and learn sculpting and anatomy, and later on specialize in creating realistic characters. Or perhaps you'll find your passion in storytelling, storyboarding, making ad commercials, mascots, simulations, or even just stitching garments for feature film characters. You never know, but there are few fundamentals which remains the same, regardless of how simple or realistic your character is. For a beginner, it's essential to understand the complete process of what goes into making characters that can be animated and used to tell story. It's time to put all those hours of practice and knowledge you might have picked up in the basic introduction series into making an actual animated character. Welcome back everyone, this is Ram from Crossmind Studio, introducing my new course, the most requested course by community, Animated Character Creation in 3D using Blender. This course is divided into two parts. Each comprises 10 chapters, making it total 20 chapters. Part 1 focuses on the character creation process. We will kick off with basic of topology. We will touch upon few basics of fundamental concepts which are crucial for crafting character models suitable for animation, be it for realistic VFX or simple characters. Chapter 2 dives into modeling a simple character head, followed by the torso and limbs in chapter 3 and 4. By the end of chapter 4, you will have a complete character body model. But there's more to come. In chapter 5, 6, and 7, we will craft all the models for characters' clothes, accessories, including t-shirt, jacket, shorts, shoes, glasses, cap, hair, pants, bag, and more. Following that, we'll clean up our model and prepare the UVs of the character for texturing process. We will create a simple hand-painted texture for the character and enhance it with eyes and hair shaders. The subsequent chapters will focus on clothes and props, combining simple shaders with downloaded PBR textures and a few hand-painted details. The last chapter of this first segment involves creating a turnaround presentation of your character with a bit of lighting and a simple background, rendered using cycles in Blender. Now on to the exciting part, we will advance the character by creating a rig for future animation. Beginning with a basic overview to rigging, we will utilize Blender's inbuilt rigify to create an armature. Chapter 14 involves generating the rig and working with automatic weights to set up the entire character, which deforms with all the bones. Chapter 15 provides a brief introduction to operating a rig, covering concepts such as inverse kinematic, forward kinematic, controllers generated by Rigify, customization, and control during animation. In the final rigging chapter, we will talk about weight painting tools to fix skinning issues generated by automatic weights for smooth skinning of character. Next, we'll create few manual rig for props like bag and cap, employing constraints for automatic follow-through animations based on character's motion. We will then explore various poses and expressions to understand how the pose library works in animation. Towards the end of the course, we will create one animation of walk cycle for our character, discuss walk cycle basics, add expressions, eye blinks, secondary motions to props, and close with physics simulation. The last chapter involves setting up a simple rendering setup in cycles for the animation. And then we are going to render out our entire sequence and finish this project, followed by a few concluding remarks. The first part of the series, including 10 chapters covering modeling, UV unwrapping, shading, and rendering the final character with turnaround animation, will be freely available on YouTube. For those wanting more, the remaining bonus chapters are part of the premium edition, which you can get from Gumroad and the Crossmind website or through few other links which are in the description. The premium edition provides access to 10 bonus chapters from rigging to final animation, and also tutorial files, the final animated scene, all the files from the trailer that you have seen in the introduction, high-resolution tutorial videos for offline viewing, and the render animated sequence of the animation that we made. The full course is available now through the links in description. Use the coupon code for a discount for the first 100 buyers, and your support will contribute to adding more useful content in the future. The first part of the course begins today on our channel right here on Crossmind Studio YouTube that you are subscribed to. A dedicated Discord channel have been added for those who wish to discuss any issues related to this course. So gather in the channel to help each other out, and I'll be there to assist as much as possible. Frequently asked questions and problems will be pinned in the comment section. So who can watch this series? Anyone who have cleared the basics of Blender and have practiced a bit can jump onto this series. But if you haven't, what are you waiting for then? Jump to our still going strong 7 days Blender introduction series, crossing 4 million already. So clear the basics, and once you're done, come back here, because this series is an invitation to extend beyond the basics. So feel free to ask questions or use the comment section if you have any doubts or just want to say hello. Help me spread the word by tweeting, sharing with friends and colleagues, and leaving a comment and like. And also share in the comment section what kind of characters and stories you are planning to create with animations. I'd love to hear it. So enough talk, let's stop doubting ourselves and forget about the mistakes we'll make. Despite all the mistakes, we are still going to learn a few things, and this character is still going to walk and will be good enough to tell your first animated story. So let's begin this journey right here, jump onto this first video, and I'll see you guys there.